So this is the Android app for the Geiger counter. Once I connect the device via USB, it will ask for permissions. I'll say OK, grant permissions. Now here you can see there are a few options. This is the total count. Here you have a start, stop and clear button. You have a duration option where if you set some duration in seconds and you start here, it will automatically stop after that has elapsed. You can configure the operating voltage here. So let me set something like 350 volts where this tube will start operating. So now it's set to 350 volts. This multimeter here is not very accurate. So you have small errors there. And the tube inside this is very small. It's on the center and it has very low efficiencies. Let me put it here. Now we need to start the counter. So here it's showing elapsed time. And these are the counts which are appearing. So if I remove this from here, you can see that we're not getting any counts, and background will also be very rare because of the size of the tube. But once I put it here, there are counts. Now you can stop this. You can also clear it. And let us try this duration option. Let me say I want to record for, let's say, 10 seconds. So it will start recording for 10 seconds. This timer is sort of going down, and after 10 seconds elapse, around 10 seconds, it will stop this. It will execute the stop button, and now see counter has stopped here. Now the next thing that we can look at in this app is programming it. So we have an option to either create a new program or we have some built-in saved programs. So let's look at count and plot. So this is a visual programming interface. It's used to write code even if you don't know any syntax or languages. It's very self-explanatory. There are blocks which are attached one after the other, and each block has a function. For example, start counting, then repeat continuously, set a variable to get count. So variables are here. You can create variables. There are values, operators, there are plots, functions, and there are functions associated with this Geiger counter here. These are undo and redo buttons. These are save buttons, restore, and many options are there to say, share your file, etc. So let's say start counting, get a variable called CNT and get counts and store it to CNT. Then plot CNT versus time and also show the value of CNT as a label. Now wait just 1 second and then go again for this whole thing. So let's run this and see what the output is. So you see, counts are continuously increasing with time because I have my source placed next to it, right? So now if I pick this source and I remove it, so you see no more counts. So now counts has become almost a constant. Rarely some background count will happen, but otherwise it's still constant. Now I'll put the source back here. So now you can see counts are going up again with the same slope because the position of the source is same. So this is your visual programming interface. And of course, 1 second between counts is going to introduce a lot of statistical error. So for other purposes, you can actually change it to, let's say, take data every 10 seconds only and then plot it. So now it will, wait for 10 seconds and then plot it. So the data points will be almost in a straight line if you take more and more time between each data point. So the functions are here. You have these functions, start counting, so you can drag and put it wherever you want. There is a set voltage block. So let's say I want to take data for 500 volts. So I can say set voltage and set voltage value. I can set it to 500 volts here. So you see 500 volts. And similarly, run the program again. So now, okay, I don't need 10 seconds. Just take it 1 second only. Sorry. So now when I run it, the first step is to make the voltage 500. You see, the multimeter, again, inaccurate, but it's close to 500 volts. It's 508 volts. So this way you can actually write a small program to use different voltage values, acquire data for, let's say, 30 seconds or something, and then plot the counts. So this method will automatically allow you to create a plateau for the GM tube characteristics. There are also some demos for actually getting you introduced to visual programming, and also how to plot data sets. Yeah, that's it for this app. It's very straightforward.